What's up? What's up? Latest drop here. Jordan 5 UNC colorway. Reflective tongue. Blue stitching. Nice blue bottom. Translucent Jordan logo. Jordan logo on the back. UNC blue inside. Clean, very clean sneaker. You know, it's a decent shoe. I mean, I see why it kind of, why it kind of sits. 5 somewhat are just like that, The black metallic reimagined, it's a different story. It's just one of the doper, if not the dopest, black colorway, Jordan 5 of this era. But this is a clean shoe. But I feel like it's set similar to white metallic, and I do feel that they are on the same level as far as like a must-have, something that you have to add to your collection. These shoes really aren't that. There's nothing special about this UNC colorway on the Jordan 5. There was nothing special about the white metallic dropping other than the fact that it hadn't been dropped in a long time. White shoes don't sell well. That was the excuse everybody had. Oh, it's too white, it's too white. Well, this one's a black base shoe. I don't feel like it really sold a whole lot better. Possibly a little, but listen, if you wear big sizes, I'm a 14, so none of that really counts with us, right? Because 14s are always going to be a must grab on release day, 15s and so on. There's not many of them, and they don't sit, but everything else is kind of out there. You have a average size foot. You can go online right now and pretty much grab these. 14, you want these, you didn't get them on release, you gotta pay the resale. You gotta pay the resale price. Now let's talk a little bit about the numbers that they gave us for this shoe. Sneakers only having 15,000 and some change and whatnot, right? And then there's raffles galore, and people go crazy for the raffles, right? Because there's only 15,000 shoes. Oh my God, I might miss out on a shoe that, I'm not even like crazy about having, right? And then we all play these raffles, and they give us majority of the raffles we play, we hit. I've seen people with 4 or 5 wins. It's unheard of on a shoe that doesn't have a lot of stock behind it, right? Most of us were hitting 50% raffles. I think, I went into it the same way, thinking, oh man, 15,000 shoes on sneakers, they're gonna blow through the stock, and then maybe we'll have a little resale value on the extra pairs, like the black metallics, right? Or Wolf Grays, right? Had that resale value. That's not the case with these. And then they messed around and gave us majority of the raffles that we played, probably 50%. I would say 50% of the raffles we played, we hit. If I played 6, I won 3. And the only reason I have 2 pair of these shoes, the only reason I don't have 3 is because I think Social Status didn't have my size, and they refunded my charge. I think they didn't have the size. Otherwise, I would have had 3 pairs of these shoes. you know. So it's not a terrible situation to have two. I don't really need a double up on this sneaker because like I will wear this shoe as is. There's nothing to preserve here, right? And one of my raffles is Dick's. You can return a Dick's raffle right in the store. So I'm not too worried about it being stuck with two shoes that I don't need two of. But it kind of it kind of taught me something, man. I think they're playing around with the numbers that they're releasing on these shoes, or the format, the way that they're releasing them, whatever they're doing, because they know that we're tracking and basing the way we buy off of these numbers that are being released. Something has changed because the last couple of shoes have kind of been this way. So I don't know. I don't think it's a safe bet to jump in every raffle on, general release sneakers, thinking that they're going to be limited, more limited than general release shoes ever are, and then they basically just end up, giving you a bunch of raffle hits. So I don't know. It's just something to think about. Shoes sold are shoes sold, and it's good for the brand, regardless of what avenue they come with, right? They're all still Nike, Jordan brand clients, whether it's raffles and it's boutiques and it's Dick's and it's whatever. It doesn't matter. Units moved, right? So you kind of got to go into it thinking that this is a big business, and they're going to get crafty in the way that they're going to manipulate the numbers and make us somewhat hungry for the shoes to chase after them. And that's the business, right? They got whole departments to come up with these schemes, right? And something's happening with the numbers that they're putting out because they know the monitors are tracking them. So it's just something to think about going into it. It's a cool shoe. Fives are always very clean. The shoe is built very clean. It's a clean sneaker, and that's about it. There's just nothing special about it, but it's a clean sneaker. I love the ice bottoms, the clean white, breaking up the black and the blue. The ice blue bottom is just, all the translucent bottoms are like my favorite part of like every Jordan shoe, and the fives are great. But yeah, that's about it. But yeah, all right, thanks for tuning in, those of you that are tuning in, and we're gonna keep it going. I'll have more releases, and as they come out, I'm gonna have content for you guys, and we'll just go from there and see where it goes from there. Appreciate it. Take it easy. Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there too.